Welcome to Adrenaline. Today's topic of discussion is saliva. First, we are looking onto the salivary gland and salivary secretion. Mainly, there are three types of salivary gland: parotid, sublingual, and submandibular. You can refer more detail in the text. Along with it, there are many tiny salivary glands along with this major salivary glands. Salivary glands mainly comes in the anatomy portion. So let's next go to the salivary secretion. On the physiology part, the salivary secretion is more important than salivary glands. The rate of salivary secretion is about 1.3 liter in average, that is 1000 to 1800 ml. And in salivary secretion, there are mainly two types of proteins. That is, salivary secretion can be broadly divided into two types, that is serous secretion and mucus secretion. In serous secretion, it contains thiolin as the main protein, and in the mucus secretion, it contains mucin as the main protein. The pH of salivary secretion is alkaline, which is about 8. Now about the two important points here. The parotid gland is a serous gland. That means the parotid gland secretion mainly contains thiolin as the main protein. And the submandibular and sublingual glands are mainly seromucous glands. That means they contain thiolin and mucin as the protein secretion. These are about the salivary gland and salivary secretion. Now let's discuss about the composition of saliva. Saliva contains mainly K plus and HCO3 minus, and it also contains Na plus and Cl minus, which is several times less than plasma. The composition of saliva can be mainly classified as water and solutes. The quantities of water and solutes you can refer to the text. Now about the solutes. Solutes are divided into inorganic and organic substances, and it is notified here. You can refer more in the textbook for more details. Now about the functions of saliva is one of the main important topics from this topic. The saliva functions mainly as defense function, digestive function, protective function, lubrication function, and buffering action. Now about the defense function, saliva acts as mainly antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, and immunological. And it has mainly two digestive enzymes, thiolin and lipase, which helps in the digestion in the mouth. It also helps in the formation of bolus, and it adds taste to the food. Now under the protective function, saliva acts as a protective covering of the soft tissue. Also, it acts as a protective covering for hard tissues and teeth. Now, the saliva also functions as lubricating agent, and it keeps the oral cavity moist. It facilitates speech. It also helps in mastication and swallowing. Also, it helps in buffering action. These are about the functions of saliva. Now, another important topic is the mechanism of secretion of saliva. Mechanism of secretion of saliva can be classified as two stages. That is the primary stage and the secondary stage. In the primary stage, it involves acinine secretion. It contains thiolin and or mucin in a solution of ions with concentration not greatly differ from those of ESF. That means the thiolin or mucin along with ions in the same concentration, more or less similar concentration that of ECF. This is about the primary stage of secretion. In the secondary stage, the saliva from acini flows through the salivary duct, and from there is active reabsorption of Na plus from duct, and also active secretion of K plus in response to Na plus reabsorption. Since the Na plus reabsorption is greater than K plus secretion, there occurs an electrical negativity of about minus 70 millivolt. This is notable here. Also, Cl minus reabsorption occurs passively along with these processes, and HCO3 minus secretion occurs in passive exchange for Cl minus ions, as it is an active secretory process. Now about a special case, that is during maximal salivation, the rate of acinar secretion increases as much as 20-fold than normal salivary secretion. Due to rapid flow through ducts, ductal reconditioning of secretion is considerably reduced. This is about the mechanism of secretion of saliva. Now, one of the major important topics of discussion here is the neural regulation of salivary secretion. And the main stimuli are tactile and taste stimuli. Along with it, the higher center also act as stimuli, and from there impulse travel to the superior and inferior salivary nuclei, and then from there the impulse go to salivary glands, and the secretion of or inhibition is modified according to it. This is about the neural regulation of salivary secretion. For more details, please refer the text. These are the most important topics from the topic saliva, and the main topics to look into this from this topic are composition of saliva, functions of saliva, constituents of saliva, mechanism and regulation of salivary secretion, functions of salivary secretion. These are the main topics from topic saliva. Thank you.